Hello there, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for your monthly forecast for the month of May. Just want to go over some things really quick so that you guys know what we're looking at. First of all, this is not a comprehensive look at the whole month. What I am looking at is one theme that you're working on at some point during the month. I'm actually technically looking at one particular life cycle, and we all have several different life cycles that we go through. And usually they will tend to overlap. So you could have a life cycle in love, in work, in family. A life cycle basically just sets us up to either learn something or experience something. And as we learn that lesson or experience that experience, then as we incorporate that into our lives more fully, we come to the end of the life cycle or the fulfillment of the life cycle, and we get ready to graduate on to the next life cycle. So that's what I'm looking at here is a life cycle. I'm looking at the setup, the lesson or the experience, and then the fulfillment of the life cycle as you incorporate that lesson or experience. So, like I said, this is not comprehensive. This is not going to be giving you a heads up of all the major things that are happening for the month, but it will highlight one of the major themes for you. Okay, so let's get on with your monthly reading. Hello there, Capricorn. Thank you for stopping by for your insights for the month of May. What I have showing for your environment as you work through the life cycle that we're looking at, and this is not comprehensive, but what I have showing up for your environment is that this is an environment that allows you to, it allows you a certain ease where you're not actually having to expend as much energy as you could by being in this environment. So there are other environments where you would have to, maybe they would be a longer commute to work, or maybe there would just be more bills to pay there. But this one is a place where there is a certain sense of ease, a certain sense of relaxation. You don't have to put out as much energy as you would in other places to keep this environment good. And I should remind you too, environments with me are any place where you have energy or effort invested. So definitely it could be home. Usually it does show up as that, but I have also seen it show up as school or as work as well. So just someplace where you have energy or effort invested. And what I'm seeing about this particular environment is that it's one that requires less energy or less finances to actually maintain it and keep it going than a lot of other places could. Now, what I see for your subconscious leanings is that there is something that you would like to teach someone or show someone, or maybe teach or show a group of people. And your subconscious is really working on how can I make that happen? How can I find myself in a position where I can actually pass along this information to, it feels like to a group of people is what you want to do, Capricorn. And that's what your subconscious is working on right now, is how do I get in that position where I can actually do that? Now, the next thing that I'm looking at does talk to me about your learning style and also about your communication style. Learning style, I feel like you really dig deep as you are looking to learn something. You want to find out the root cause of anything and everything that's going on, especially considering this particular life cycle. It feels to me like this may be a life cycle for a lot of you Capricorns that's actually health related. So you may be digging deep to find information about why you have certain things going along with your health, or this could be about a friend's health, but mostly I feel like this is about your health, and you're trying to find some kind of information to give you clues as to what is actually going on with your health, and also looking for information about, okay, well, now what do I do about what's going on with my health? As far as communication style, I feel like I feel like you are communicating with people around you about what's going on, but I feel like you're really trying to focus on the bright spots, the happiness spots, the good things that you're discovering or that you're finding as you do this research or as you're finding out this information that you're looking for. As far as work, now work for me can be one of two different things. It can be that way that you make a living. It can also be the work that you're doing on that inner character of yours. So what I have here for work is that there are kind of some sneaky things going on around you at work, especially in the, if we're talking about in the physical realm, like where you're actually going to make a living. I just feel like there are some things that are being kept under wraps there that are going on around you. I don't feel like they're going to be kept under wraps for much longer, but there are some plans and some, I'm hearing the word some schemings in place about the whole work environment. It seems like there's going to be some kind of shakeup there, and there are some plans going on about it, but these plans are being kept under wraps, and I feel like they're being kept under wraps very well. This is not something that I feel like you're going to be hearing hints about or getting any ideas that maybe this is happening, unless you happen to be just picking it up spiritually. But I don't think you're going to hear anything verbally said about these things that are going on that are kind of behind closed doors. That they're just, where you work, they're just not ready to share this information yet. They are going to be sharing it fairly soon, though. Maybe, I think probably by the end of the month, you'll know what that information is. Let's see. So now if this is talking about your inner work, I feel like you guys are working on picking up the pieces with something. So this is, maybe you've had something that kind of fell apart. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it was just something where you're starting to realize that some of your behavior patterns aren't working for you. I feel like you're starting to pick up the pieces on some of that, and you're starting to figure out how to make things better for yourself. So if you have an old behavior pattern that isn't working, you're trying to figure out, okay, well, what's a behavior pattern that I could replace that with that would work? And how do I remember to replace it when it's time to, instead of after the fact? Those types of things is what I feel like is going on with you as far as if work is coming up as inner work for you, Capricorns. And I think that, some of you, this will come up as inner work. Some of you other Capricorns, this comes up as the place where you're actually working. Some of you will have it both at the same time, but mostly you'll have one or the other. And also, I do want to remind everybody this is a general reading, so not everything I see here or say here will be something that will apply to every single Capricorn that watches this video. My agreement with Sacred Spirit is that the majority of what I say here will apply to the majority of the people of the Capricorns who watch this video. Okay, so the next card that we have talks to me about that part of you that's being grown or expanded right now. I do feel like you're getting stronger in things that are traditional. What I'm hearing is that you're studying traditional things. So maybe if you're a Catholic, maybe you're going to catechism class, or if you're Jewish, maybe you're going to some kind of classes about the Jewish religion. Those are things that are very traditional. You could also be going to classes to learn about marriage. Anything that's traditional. I just feel like you're learning about something that's traditional. Part of that learning will be participating in something that's very traditional as well. But I really feel the emphasis that's coming through to me is that you're learning about something that's traditional. And that's where that part of your personality is growing and expanding right now, is in becoming comfortable with traditional types of things. The next thing that we have talks about those things that you stand for. So Capricorn, you have somebody in your life that can be highly volatile, very moody, kind of pushy, a little bit manipulative, somebody that really likes things his or her way, and kind of, if they can't manipulate you into getting their things their way, and they can't bully you into getting things their way, and they can't guilt you into getting things their way, they will throw one heck of a big fit. I mean, you would think you were dealing with a grown-up 3-year-old, and you would expect this person to fall down on the floor at any moment and just start kicking the floor. I mean, that's how big a fit this is. And for whatever reason, you are defending this person. I'm not sure who you're defending this person from or why you're defending this person, but it comes up to me that you're defending this person. Let's see. The next card that comes up talks to me about how other people perceive you. And other people perceive you as someone who has recognized that there is a negative influence in their life and that you're moving away from that negative influence. Now, negative influence is a pretty broad, open, general thing. This is a general reading, so I'm not going to get too specific in a general reading, because that would just narrow down incredibly the people that the reading would apply for then. But I will tell you, a negative influence can be anything from a person, a place of employment. Sometimes it's actually family. Sometimes it is a bad thought pattern or a bad behavior pattern. Shouldn't say bad, but one that doesn't work for you. So there's all kinds of different things that can be a negative influence that we move away from, but people do see you as moving away from some kind of negative influence. When they think about you, that's kind of the thought is, oh, she's making progress getting away from this negative influence, or he's making progress getting away from this negative influence. Now, lesson or experience as you go through this life cycle, Capricorn, I do see you coming to a point where you are making a decision, and it's a decision about two things that you would like to continue on with or to explore more. You really are into both of them. You have great passion for both of them. However, you don't have enough energy or resources or time, something, to keep both of them moving forward. And it could be more than two, by the way. It doesn't have to be just two things that you're choosing between or that you're passionate about. So what's going on is you are prioritizing what is the most important, and you're focusing on that thing that is the most important as you move forward. Okay. Let's see. So fulfillment of the life cycle, as you make that thing your priority and work towards that, there are a few things coming up. One of those is that there is a new beginning. So I see a new beginning coming out of this. I also see, well, and a new beginning can be a new relationship. It can actually be a renewed relationship where somebody says, let's put all this other stuff in the past and let's try to do this again and work this out right. This also can be a new beginning for a new project or a new business idea. So it's a general reading. It's a very general idea. If you want to make a decision about something, I would never do it based on a general reading. I would always get a private reading so that your reader can actually look at what is going on in your life, particularly for you. And I do offer private readings, so do a lot of other people. You know, find a reader that you trust and get a private reading if you want to make a big decision. Let's see. So I do see some kind of new beginning or renewed beginning coming up after you set your priorities. I also see adjustments of your targets or your goals or your dreams coming into play here. So this is usually, I see this card when people have had a target or a dream for a while, and then they start to realize, you know what, that's really not ideal for me anymore. My life situation has changed and I really would like it to be this way instead. And so that dream just kind of gets adjusted and tweaked to where it fits you better. That's kind of what I see going on here. And I do feel like with whatever it is that you've chosen to make the priority, I do feel like there is definitely success with that thing, whatever it is, whether it's a relationship, a project, whatever. But I think that it's a process and it's going to take time is what's coming up here. So you don't want to be impatient and just think, oh, snap, snap, I made it the priority, I'm focused on it, now everything's perfect. No, it is going to take some time. It's going to take more than a couple of days focus here for this to actually start working out in a way that's positive. But I am sure from what I'm seeing here, it will work out that way as long as you stick with it and don't give up on it. You will have the results that you're searching for out of this. Okay? So Capricorn, that is what I'm seeing for you as far as something that you need to know about for the month of May. I do appreciate all of you stopping by, hanging out, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate all of that support. Everybody have a fantastic month, and I will see you back here the next time. Peace out.